Okay. Thank you so much for having me here. It's such a pleasure to be here. I'm glad. I'm happy. I see you, right? Ria, is it Ria or Raya? It's Ria, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I see you, girl. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Sorry. So that I do not murder your names, just pardon me in case I don't pronounce your names well. But thank you so much for having me here. You guys are doing fantastic work. Empowerment Talks. I was at the other one, the one for the speakers. And you guys have done over 100 episodes. It's amazing. So well done, guys. And thank you for bringing me on here. It's just such a pleasure. So I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much. So let me just go on straight. Is it possible? I'm going to be sharing screen. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure, EJ. Go ahead. You can share the screen.
Thank you very plenty. How do you share screen again? So you go to desktop. Okay, blah, 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 file. No. See. Desktop, I think. Can you see my screen now?
Yes. You can make it full screen. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So hold on, please. Are you seeing the whole screen or the just the presentation?
I can see the full. I can see the presentation. That's good enough. You can just make it full screen.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yes. That's absolutely. Now it's fine. Go ahead. Go ahead, EJ.
All right. Thank you so much. So this book that I am reviewing is one of the books of one of my mentors. So he's a mind coach. He's also a therapist. I don't know if you read that as part of his profile, but yeah, he's a coach, career coach basically, and so he's my mentor, but at the same time, like, I have the privilege to work with him, as a volunteer, and it's been an amazing journey with him. So I was like, when Renz asked me, I'm like, oh my God, which book? I'm like, I have a choice to review a lot of books because this is what I do. I'm into production of audiobooks, so which means I have access to different kinds of books, right? But I was like, which of them would make more sense regarding the era that we're in? And when he released this book and I read it in one sitting, and I found that it was really packed full of messages that would help us through this season. Okay, so FORTIFY is basically a book that talks about 7 strategies for business continuity in tough season. I know this is for business people, but for me, where I'm going to come from is to say that let us draw lessons from it for life generally as well, not just business, because for the business, it's still humans who run it. So whatever we are going to do to the businesses, it can still apply to us generally. So I'm going to be coming back and forth, business and then personal life. So there are 7 strategies in this book that talks about continuity, having contingency plans, having disaster recovery plans and things like that. But I'm just going to cover 3 of those strategies. Now, let me start with a short story, which was something that was in the book. I advise you, or I implore you to get the book. It's just $4. It's so very, very affordable. So you can get a copy of it, and it's a very easy read as well. So this book opens up with a short story of a boy who went into, let's just say, like drugs and bad stuff because of what happened to his father. And what was the story of his father? His father was a career person, so to say. So he had a job. He was doing well with his job. He had official cars, official house, accommodation, and things like that. But he had no plan by the side. He was just living large based on what was. And then something happened. He lost his job, and the accommodation was taken away from him. His cars were taken away from him. And because he had no plan whatsoever, he had no disaster recovery plan, he had no continuity plan, he had no contingency plan, the shock hit him so bad that he had an heart attack and died. And so because he had no plans for anything, the children, the wife, they were left without anything. All right. So I guess this is where the author came in from to say, nobody is planning that bad things are going to happen to them. But this is what life is about. Life is about ups and downs. So if whether we like it or not, there are things that are going to happen that are not going to favor us. There are emergencies that are going to take place that will throw us off guard. Like, oh my God, I wasn't expecting that. I mean, just look at it. I woke up this morning and I checked and I saw that Chadwick is gone, and I'm like, my goodness, oh my God. And I had no idea that he was even battling with cancer for so long. You see, so like there are a lot of things that could happen that could just disrupt our life, which this is just like, it's just a season. Everybody knows it. Corona has come and has disrupted our lives, disrupted our businesses. Some businesses are like, they can't survive it because they have no contingency plan. Or even some who just have some sort of recovery plans, they didn't, nobody envisaged that was going to take this long. So like, it's a struggle for a lot of people. So I'm thinking like, this book is so important, or it's such a great book to have now, even if you are facing, as a person, as a business, you're facing a tough time and you're thinking, okay, this is not going to work. This is the end of this business. There is still hope, right? So I feel like this also is a book of hope, because it kind of tells you, okay, these things do happen. Now that you found yourself here, how do you recover? Or how do you now say, when you're going out again, because I'm just really hopeful that a lot of people wouldn't lose their hope this season, that regardless of what's going on, we'll keep hope alive and say, okay, this is the situation. This is what we are facing now. How can we move on from here? And so, but in that moving on, it's now to say we can't do things the same way we did it before. How can we do it separately so that we don't end up where we are today, right? So just to kind of put another background to it, is what is business continuity plan? Oh gosh, sorry about that. Yeah, so business continuity plan is the proactive planning and preparation undertaken to ensure a business will have the capacity to comfortably sustain its critical operation during and after a crisis or emergency, whilst ensuring elasticity to profitably adapt to the opportunities that come disguised with the misfortune. This is such a long definition, but what this all means is that, see, I'm just going to say business continuity, life continuity, family continuity, career continuity, gift continuity. It's just that state of being proactive to say, okay, what if something happens to my business today? What if, let's say you are a career person, or let's say you are a creative, because I am a creative. What happens if, God forbid, I lose my sight today and I'm not able to see my screen, to be able to work on my editing, to edit the audios I'm editing, to be able to record and stuff like that? What do I do? What are the plans that I'm going to put in place? What are other things? What are the skills that can actually just train myself to say, okay, what else can I do? Like, this is just being proactive to think about what ifs. But it's not to dwell there. It's just to think about it and say, okay, what if? And then for business specifically, is to put those plans in place to say, okay, if this happens, we have a reservoir of some funds that we can use for so time of the disaster, or if there's an emergency, there's this. So basically, just talk about planning. And so when there is now a crisis, these are the next slide says that these are the what's going on. All right. So these are deployable strategies at a glance. So deployable strategies that can help you through the crisis, and also to prepare for, like, so like, it's like, this is some of the things that you can do to fortify yourself when there is a crisis, when there is a disaster. These are some of the things that you can do. And we have 7 of them, like I said earlier: calmness, contribute, confront, and then you have calculate, conserve, and then you have create and collaborate. And I'm just going to be doing with the first 3: calmness, contribute, and confront. Calmness. Before we go in, can we just all close our eyes for a minute and take a deep breath? Hold it for like 5 counts. And then breathe, release your breath slowly. how relaxing was that? That is super relaxing, yes? But when you are in the middle of a crisis, that is the last thing that comes to mind. When you are in the middle of an emergency, the last thing you want to do is close your eyes and breathe. Because the first thing that comes is attack. How do I do? Oh my God, what's going on? What do I do? But it is a good practice, like to train our minds like this. For me, what this is telling me, what I got from this book is, with this point is, practice on time or practice regularly to say, if there is a sound, boom, and you're like, oh, what's going on? What happened? What happened? Like, practice to first thing, breathe and calm. Because when you don't, you're fuzzy. In that state of emergency, that state of, oh my God, what's going on? What's going on? You can't see clearly. It is the reason why when there is, God forbid, let's say there is a blast somewhere, like I'll use an analogy. I think this was early 2000s in Nigeria. The military cantonment, one of the military cantonments in Lagos, there was explosion. And so let's just imagine that the explosion is happening in Jebel Ali. But people in Ibibatuta, that area, could feel the effects. You know, just imagine what happened in Beirut. People from far away could feel the effect. And so people started running. People started running, but nobody waited to see where the sound was coming from and where was safe to run. People just ran and people just followed. And so a lot of people ran into the place where the things was happening because they were not calm enough to stay and say, what is happening? What is going on? Where do I go? Where is it coming from? Where should I face? So it's the same thing here when we go through emergency. It's just a good practice to calm down. I mean, I am still on this journey of calming down. I freak out when things don't go the way I want it to go. It's as good as I'm hosting an event and the speakers are coming late and I'm freaking out. It's as good as I'm like, oh my God, why is he not here? What's going on? And I just lose my calm. So reading this book taught me, you know what, you have to have a contingency plan. There would always be situations where things will not go the way you planned. So breathe. Focus on what you have control over and consider all your alternatives. Focus on what you have control over. You have control over your actions. So you don't have control over the other person's actions. You don't have control over what is going on out there, but you have control over your own actions. So that's why you should practice to stay calm and then look at the alternative. But if you're not calm, you can't see anything. Even if it's like when you're not calm, you can't even see that the solution is right in front of you, even if it's there. So practice calmness. Where focus goes, energy flows. And where energy flows, results shows. That means that when you're focusing on the challenge itself, all you're getting is just worked up. You're getting worked up because you're seeing only the challenge. But when you're focused on, okay, when you acknowledge the challenge, it's like, don't be stuck on problem analysis, rather focus on problem solving. When you find that there is a problem, there's an emergency, yes, analyze it, but don't be stuck there. Then move on. How can we fix this? What is the way out of this pit? What is the way out of here? So calmness is one of those things that one of the strategies that we can use during crisis to get out of crisis and to begin to get results in another direction. Moving on is contribute. Most people fail to understand that contribution is a defense as well as the highway to sustainability. So as you embrace your self-preservation, also embrace contribution. What does this mean? It means that in this time, for example, using Corona, for example, everybody is trying to hoard their resources. Everybody is trying to, manage what they have left. But at the same time, the people who are impacting lives right now are the people who are not just thinking about themselves, but also thinking on how to help other people, how to contribute their little quota to other people. For example, what you guys are doing here, I want to believe that if this is the 12th edition, that means Empowerment Talk Ebookery segment started during this Corona, right? Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Exactly. So that means in your own little way, you are contributing. Like the first speaker said, he said, oh, yes, I'm a good reader, but I don't read that much. But because I have to show up here, it made me read almost 3 books at a go. That is your own contribution as a group of people to encourage other people to start reading or to continue reading or to read some more. So even in your own way of conserving, like, okay, now let's assume you guys you were planning initially when you had this idea to have a physical gathering, have a physical book club and all of that. But in the preservation of this, to say, you know what, we care about people, we don't want to expose people to coming out and meeting, let us find a way. How else can we do this virtual? How else can we come together? Then reaching out to other people from other countries. So like contribution, as much as it is a defense, like it's also a way to sustain yourself. So let us be open to checking people up. You know, how do you contribute? Empathy, empathize with people. As a business owner, empathize with your customers, with your clients. Ask, check up on them. Call. This is a great time to call people. As a person, as a family person, as a career person, this is a great time to call your colleagues. It's been a while that you've been in the office because everybody has been working remotely, but it will do a lot of good for you to check up on your colleague and say, hey, how are you doing? How are you coping? How's your family? You know, so that's another way to contribute, because a lot of people right now are lonely. A couple of people are separated from their families because they don't have the opportunity to travel. So a lot of people need that empathy, you know, to people checking up on them. People say, even if it's to send a WhatsApp message, you know, specifically for them, not a broadcast. Some people are just very great at broadcasting. Send specific message to specific people. It means a lot to them, all right? Service. If you're in business, how can you serve your customers better? How can you serve your people better? You guys are doing an amazing job, I'll say once again, because you are serving the people who love to read to come review books with you. So service, how do you serve them? How can you serve them better? So these are some of the things that we should be thinking. Then outside of that is self-service. Self-service being also, if you can't give what you don't have. So if you're not well taken care of personally, it's hard to give somebody else care. If you can't care for yourself, you don't understand what it means to care for somebody else. So in this time and season, it's such a great time to care for yourself, to improve on your what's the word now? Give me the word. To improve on your competences, you know, take up courses, learn emotional intelligence so that you're able to deal with people better, to be able to deal with your clients better and things like that, right? And then, yeah, moving on is the last one I'm going to talk about today is confront. Be brutally honest with yourself and don't live in denial. Confront the challenges, confront the changes that the pandemic has caused, and be proactive on how you need to adjust. Now would be a great time, you know, to visit your SWOT analysis so you are clear about your true, position and prepared to handle it. Don't live in self-denial. Don't start saying, oh, I'm fine when you're not. Don't keep, you know, there's no point. Just say it, I'm tired. I know how many times I've said that phrase in the past 2 weeks. I am tired. I am truly tired, but I'm grateful because I have friends and, you know, inner circle people that I can talk to when I feel that way, that wouldn't judge me to say, why are you tired, you know, but would empathize with me to say, okay, I understand it. But now that you're tired, feel the tiredness, but then think of what's next. What do you want to do next? What's the way out of this tiredness? There's more to life than just being tired of everything that is going on. So confront it. Be honest about how you're feeling. Be honest about the position where your business is. For me personally, I know that my strategies, my business model has to change. There are a couple of things that I'm unable to do to serve my customers or my clients well. So I'm trying all I can to see, okay, what can I do separately? What can I do differently so that I can get a different result? So these are some of the things, and I believe that we all know what SWOT analysis is, so that you can go check it. You can do the SWOT analysis on your business, and you can also do it on yourself. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your threats? Go check it out. Know where you are at as a person, right? And then know the competencies that you need. Some of us, what we do currently is getting outdated. In the next couple of years, our work or our job would not exist anymore. So now is the time to sit down and say, okay, what can I learn? How can I pivot? How can I change? How can I transition into another career, into another business and things like that? So these are some of the strategies. And like I said, you need to get the book to get to the remaining strategies in the book. And I think that is all. So go get Fortified. You can get the book from this link on the screen, and it's just $4. It's just, I mean, it's a peanut, but the content is amazing. And you can always go back to it and check step by step. The remaining steps are fantastic and they have great content. And it's been a pleasure being here with you. I really hope that I made some sense. I really hope so. But if not, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Thank you, EJ, for the wonderful session that you offered to us. We really enjoyed it, every inch of it. We were not listening, actually, we were feeling it. You know, the way you made it was amazing, amazing. Once again, amazing. And we loved, the way how you started with the calmness and contribute, confront. There are plenty of things wherein you stopped with the third one. Definitely we will go back and pick the book and we'll start reading it. We love the term of where the focus goes, there energy flows. Where the energy flows, there you get the result. Amazing. There is no other word which I can use over here now.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So with this, I would like to welcome a few people out of here to, say, if you have something to contribute more into it, or if you have any question that you need to ask to EJ, because EJ is the right person wherein you can ask many of your questions on, the strategies which he shared with us, which we can apply in definitely this tough seasons. We are going through the tough times we have ever witnessed. May I invite
Yeah,
Priya to
Zenha has a
join?
question. Zen.
Okay, hi, Miss. Oh my God, it's your secretary. Sorry if I pronounce it wrong. Okay, so I'm Zana, and my question to you is: you told us if anyone asks how are you should say the current status, like I am tired or I am not good. So should we call a spade a spade?
Okay, so
Jenna, would you mind coming onto the camera? I want to see you. I know how much energy you carry.
Okay, so
Thank
not
you so
looking
much.
very good.
Awesome. Thank you so much, girl.
all right. Okay, so yeah, what I'm saying is in comforting in dealing with the situation that we're in, as in this is a crisis, this is pandemic and we're trying to recover. It hit everybody. It's just that the degree at which it hits each person is different from one person to the other, but we are all hit by it, right? So it won't make any it won't do you any good to keep denying the reality. Keep saying, oh no, I'm fine. If you're not, it's okay to say you're not. But do not stay there. Because even if you're not okay right now, do not stay there. The point is, you are acknowledging that you're not okay. And that means that it's easier when you say, oh, I'm not okay, then it's easier for you to look for a solution. But if you keep saying, oh, I'm fine, it's just deceit, right? So, but I know there is a line there. It's just also knowing who you are talking to. Because, I mean, there are people who are asking you just to kind of know what's going on with you, not because they care, right? So it's just to know, it's to also understand in whose company you're in when you're being vulnerable, right? Because some people are just there to just find out what's going on in your life and like, oh no. They don't have anything positive to add to it. But you need to know when you are in a circle of people who they can feel what you're feeling. They might not be able to express it. So you get people say, I'm not, for some people they'll be like, why are you feeling that way? Come on, get off it. No. Some people will discount your feeling, but people you want to surround yourself with are people that would help, they'll empathize with you and like, I really feel what you're feeling, but how can we get ourselves out of here? Because there is no point staying in that place for so long. So I hope that this answered your question. Like, it's good to be real, but it's just also knowing who you are with, who you're sharing that feelings with, so that you can get the kind of response or support that you need per time.
Oh my, I didn't expect that much. I asked this question because everyone told me that I should be always positive in life, that I should not say any negative things. That's why I asked you, but I didn't expect this answer.
But I hope it's clearer now. It's not, see, there's
Yeah.
a difference between being a negative person and saying and admitting what the reality is. So negativity in this case would be to say, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. And probably you have people who are trying to say, yes, we understand you, but how can we move on? And you're still saying, I'm not okay. It means you don't want help. Do you get? So that's staying in that negative space. But when you say, I'm not okay, and you mean it, that I am not okay, I'm not okay, I need help. Sometimes what you're just saying is, I just need somebody to listen to me. And so when you get somebody to listen, you feel better, right? You feel better.
Yeah, it feels a lot better.
When you speak how you feel, there's a relief that comes. And you're like, okay, it's not that bad. I mean, it's not that bad. And then you move on. So that's not being negative. That's not being negative. That's just being accepting what the reality is. And then you're able to move on to say, I'm not feeling okay. Sometimes even the saying it could just be you journaling about it. Just write down how you feel. And when you read it back to yourself, like, it's not that difficult. Okay, I was feeling overwhelmed, but I'm better now. You can go play music, you can go dance, you can call up a friend and just gist, you can watch a movie. That means you're not staying in that state of, I'm not okay, right? Yeah. I hope
Thank
that.
you,
Oh,
Zenha. Thank
wow.
you, EJ,
Yeah.
for that wonderful question and a wonderful answer.
Thank
And
you.
Zenha is really delighted, and we are too really delighted for the wonderful answer. EJ,
I
even if your
have
mic
to,
is,
1 minute. I
yeah,
have to say that I really like this session very much. I am the kind of person who freaks out every time and forgetting how to breathe deeply. So that really helped me a lot. Thank you very much. That's it. Thank
EJ,
you.
EJ, yeah, EJ, just to let you know, these two little people at the bottom here, one is Ria Roy and Jenna. These are these are two of our little champs. They already done a book review on the same platform. So they have done what you have done today.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Ria and
Both these,
yeah.
yeah, Ria and Jenna, these are from our Young Empowerment Talks, and they have already done a book review in the same platform of Ebookery. They did two good books reviews by
Oh,
themselves.
nice. So such a pleasure to meet you, champions.
yes, after Zenha, the next question is who, that we don't have any other answer other than Ria. Yes, Ria, you please.
Okay, yeah. Hi, EJ. I actually read your profile and I was really excited to watch your review because you're a singer, you're a trainer, you're a sound engineer. That's so exciting. Like so many different things at one. That's amazing. That's why I was really excited to listen to you. And yeah, the book, regarding the book that you read, that you reviewed right now. So it's about, you said it's mainly about business, but you can also apply it in your real life. And I'm actually an undergraduate. I'm studying right now in college. So right now we are hit with recession and other issues, economy is collapsing and stuff. So definitely, just like everybody else, I do have big dreams, and I also want to go up there, but then because of all these issues, I feel like I need to build a proper foundation and I need to get up. So for that, this book definitely seems quite relatable and knowledgeable. I need to read this book. Definitely, I need to do that. And I loved your session. Gosh, you're so energetic. I love that. The name Energetic EJ is so appropriate. And it was also so it was also so engaging, like when you asked us to breathe in and stuff, and your humor. I love your sense of humor. Thank you so much for coming on this platform. I really enjoyed your session.
Thank you so much, Ria. May I say you're such a beautiful young lady. And yes, just keep dreaming, regardless of what is going on around you. Don't just, I wouldn't lie to you, girl. This is not the perspire to aspire to require and then expire. No. The real word out there is tough, but you got to be tougher, right? You have to be tougher. Like, it's going to be hazy at some point. So, but just keep your dreams in view. Sometimes you're going to lose momentum. Sometimes you're going to feel like this is impossible. but never let that get to your head, right? Never let it get to your heart. Our head messes up with us a lot. But if it doesn't get to our heart, then we're good to go. So in your heart, keep those dreams alive, right? And then when the messes come to your head, yeah, that's when you gotta say, I'm tired. But you have to surround yourself with people who will say, yes, I understand. I'm tired too, but we need to move, right? So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your kind words. I really appreciate it. And yes, you should get the book. I mean, yeah, if you're unable to, just let me know. I'll probably get a copy for you. But it's an ebook. It's just only an e-version, but I can do that for you if you really want to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ria, the champ, young champ, and EJ. EJ, you are so expressive. Even if your mic is muted, you would get to know what you are talking about. All right. Now, because the ability of a singer is to get that feel when they sing, and you are bringing that part as well over here, being a speaker. Now, after Senha and Ria, we have another champion, though she is not little, she is a champion. She is realistic. She is realistic Renira.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Niaz, for this opportunity. And yes, my day would not be complete if I did not talk to EJ. EJ, my sister. What's up? What's up? I am so glad that you took this opportunity, and I knew you would never say no. But I wanted these people, my clan of Ebookery, to feel your energy because you are on top of the world, girl. And the kind of energy you have, the kind of energy you spread, your kindness, your generosity to what you do. I know this because I'm part of all of the groups that you are. I've seen what you do for your clan, your tribe. I love you so much, and thank you for being an inspiration in my life and so many others. If I could get all of them here, they will never stop talking about you. So thank you so much, and love you, girl.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Renira.
Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for connecting me to this. I love you, girl. Thank you so much. Thank you.
EJ, we have a request. Since you are a singer, we would like to get from you 2 lines, if you don't mind. EJ, you heard what I said.
Yes.
I did. Give me a minute.
Between this, would Renira would like to sing a song?
Of course I'm going to sing a song. I can say no to singing a song. Just that, okay, what song do I sing now? That's the problem. But yeah. Thank you for having me here. I'm so delighted to be here. Thank you for having me here. It's so good to be here today. Thank you for having me here. Thank you for having me here. Oh, it's so good to be here. So delighted to be here. Okay, that's it. 2 lines.
Thank you, EJ. What a wonderful evening it is. Huh? I don't really think we can expect anything better than this. You know, we have a lot of wisdom of the pearls of wisdom, and we have entertainment. You are a full package, in fact. EJ. With this, I would like to move on to another volunteer who has something to ask to EJ, or in general, what even Shan did. Do we have a volunteer? We had a question from Krishna Raj Iyer on Yes Minister. Is Krishna in? Hi Krishna, are you there? All right. Do we have another volunteer?
You want me to unmute Krishna? I'm trying to unmute Krishna.
Yes, please.
Krishna, you're
Yeah,
there?
I'm there, but there wasn't any question. There was just a remark there.
All right, please. Can you share that with our audience?
Yeah, I said most ministers here would request you to give things in writing so that they can work on your problem, but you never know what they do after.
All right, Krishnaraj. It's a so common thing. Do we have another volunteer? Everyone truly enjoyed, the session that we
Okay,
had from Shan
I have a
and EJ.
question to EJ. If I can ask Nias.
Yeah, why not?
EJ, I know that you wear so many hats, from sound engineer, from musician, from singer, from artist, different artists, and now book reader. I'm sure you do other things too, right? From of course, from the podcast mentor, helping people to make podcast and all those stuff, right? I just want to know, how do you manage all these hats at the same time? And of course, all of them belongs to different clans, right? It doesn't belong to the same tribe. So how do you do that, EJ? And what keeps you? What is that thing, one single thing that keeps you going?
Okay, so thank you so much for that question, and thank you. Yes, sincerely speaking, I've just been on a journey. I've just been on a journey of discovering who I am and whatever potentials that God has given to me. So for a very long time, I was a fearful little child. I had self-esteem issues, but I know I was gifted. But life happened. Life happened, and I was always on a journey or in a place where I'm always second guessing myself, questioning myself if I was good enough and things like that. But it got to a point in my life, I'm like, you know what? Whatever comes to mind, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. Because, for me, I also think one of the factors that has kept me going is God. Because I really don't know how I'm going to survive it. Because, man, you guys don't want to hear my story, right? But I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be here. But God somehow got me here. And so for me, my life is more like He gave me the gift of life. But now the way I'm giving back to Him is to just pour out everything He has deposited inside of me. And the truth is, I don't know. Like I said, I'm a firelighter, girl. I'm just a firelighter, and I just want to see people. I just love to see people do what they really want to do. For a long time, I didn't do that. That's just the truth. I didn't do that, but I admired it in other people. Like, they want to do stuff and they get it done. And so it got to a point, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to get it done. And I'm still on a journey. I'm not even halfway God wants me to be. I'm still on a journey. I'm still going round. So it's why it feels like, oh, she's doing this, she's doing that. But I've just come to terms with it that like God is everything. God is a father to you if you believe He's a father. If you think, oh, God is my friend, He's going to relate to you as a friend. That's my understanding of God. So, and I am a child of God. So I am everything that I can be per time. So today I could be an inspiration to you, and tomorrow I could be the one to push you, right? Tomorrow I could just be a mom. right? So I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a sister, I'm a boss, I'm a trainer. So it's just depending on the season of my life. We're all working in seasons. And what I'm learning right now is to enjoy every season I'm in while I'm getting somewhere that I want to get to. I just want to affect life, basically. I just want to impact life. So whatever it is, I know from a long time that I have a help ministry, but I don't know who I'm supposed to be helping. So my motto is anybody that can help, I help. So I help as I go, and then I figure it out. So I'm not figured out yet. So I'm just being a juror, and that's it. How I manage it, bro, I don't know, but I do. Thank God. Somehow. So I'm okay with, if this is not working, I move on to the next thing. But I'm also okay with. But the thing is, if you look at my profile and everything, somehow everything I do is sort of related. It's sort of related. It's still in the media space or in the audio space, so it's still in the media, so to say. It's a form of media, so to say. So in the core of it is media, but I'm just having various expression in that. So I guess I love what I do. Is how come I'm able to do all those things. Yeah. So I really hope that answered it. I'm so sorry. I'm just everywhere. So sorry, guys. I hope it answered your question. Sorry.
Thank you, EJ. You truly answer our questions. During your presentation itself, you mentioned a few things on Ebookery. I had a question to ask you, like, how did you find our platform? But you mentioned it very clearly during your presentation. So with this, I would like to move on to the word of thanks. We have Sanish Babu here. After the word of thanks, we shall hold this platform for another 10 to 15 minutes more to discuss more in a detail the books that we presented today. So with this, I would like to welcome Sanish Babu, who comes in the same shirt pattern which I'm wearing today.
Yeah, thank you, Nias. Am I audible?
Very much.
Yeah, okay. I'll go straight into business. First of all, thank you very much, Chandlia and Ijre, for coming up here and giving us an energetic and a wonderful session and a wonderful presentation over here. Talking about Yes Minister, it was very subtle, crisp, and very simple session. Apart from the technical glitch, I believe it was very well put to the audience, and we have a clear idea about what the book is all about, the challenges faced by the administrative minister, James Hacker, and how he coped up with all the situations. It was a really good session, and the interaction was very good with the audience as well. And now moving on to Ijre. Oh my God, what a powerful session that was. You had so much energy, woman. Wow, wow. That was so amazing. Even in the calmness, you had so much energy. You explained the calmness with so much energy. That was just lovely. And you bought the whole book in a very good, in a very good crisp presentation. The continuity plan that we all should have, even for the good times and the challenging times that would come in life, and all the recovery plans that we should have, and the strategies to cope with that, the calmness contribution, confrontation part, and everything. It was really good. And yeah, hearing you sing that song, we would actually consider about starting a singing club as well. Now, what is the one role that is very close to your heart? Yeah, Israel. Yeah, that's a question to you. Can you,
Please say it again, because I think you went off for a minute.
okay, my question was, you have a lot of roles, you play a lot of roles of trainer, of a singer, you have a podcast of your own, and you are a mom. What is the one role that is very close to your heart?
I'm being a child of God, because that's what I'm here to do, man. To there's a reason I'm here. And my mission is hopefully I get to fulfill that purpose here. So that's the biggest for me. So yeah.
Great to know that, Isray. And I would also like to thank all the Ebookery Club members who have who work day in day out to put this show together. To Nias for the wonderful hosting, for Anil Thomas, who is the creator, along with Faisal Ibrahim, to Renira, Santosh D'Souza, Mr. Syed Haris, Vinisha for all the beautiful posters she is making, and thank you uh, all the participants of the session who have been making this a real success and uh, sharing our vision to uh, give more knowledge and more information to the world. Thank you very much once again, and we hope to see you all in the next session as well. Thank you very much.
Sanish, we really loved the energy burst that just happened over there. With this, I would like to introduce our next week's speakers. Yes, we have chapter number 13 on 5th September 2020. Yes, we have Sayyid Nizam. Sayyid Nizam, as everyone knows, is the son of Sayyid Haris. He's a creative content writer, avid reader, and author of an upcoming short story collection. And we have Fiona Campbell. She's an NLP business practitioner and professional growth coach and development facilitator. And Nizam, Syed Nizam is here with Frank Stein, and the Fiona is with fast tracking your leading, coaching, and influencing skills. What a wonderful books that's gonna be. And we know that Nizam and Fiona are gonna rock this show next week. With this, I would like to just move on to our discussion again. Everyone, I believe, had that burst of energy what Tanish just had. So is there any point, or is there any appreciation, or is there any question that you need to ask, or do we need to go with winding up our session? Is Major Narayan is the?
Yes,
May
Major
I
is
call
there.
Major
So
Narayan?